So the lottery's rigged. Why should that surprise anyone? Sports are rigged. Politics are rigged. The news is rigged. Why would it surprise anybody that the lottery is also rigged? Millions and millions of people are spending all this money on lottery tickets, and the numbers that they're betting on have nothing to do with whether or not that person wins. You say, wait, I see the little balls, they come up, they're randomly chosen. I'm going to prove to you that they are not randomly chosen. I don't know how they do it, okay? Don't ask me to explain how they do it. All I can do is prove to you that it is definitely not random. Here's this fella who's 24 years old who won the lottery. So if you are new to decoding, we use the gematrinator.com calculator. It opens up with 4 ciphers. There's a few others I open up that sometimes help. Now, what we do is we punch in the word 24 because he's 24 years old, so we spell it out. And you'll see that it comes to 49 in reverse full reduction and 103 in reverse ordinal. Now, why is that interesting? Because he won the Powerball, which is also 103 and 49. Well, there's no chance that is coincidence, is there? Powerball is 139, also like the date numerology. Gematrinator.com, in case you don't know, you just go to Tools right here and you click this one, and it will open up the date numerology. Check out today's date. 4 plus 23 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 equals 39. Now I want to show you how today's date is the 113th day of the year, or at least it was yesterday. It's now I'm working in the early hours of the morning, but so when he won this, it was the 113th day of the year. Well, he won the jackpot, which is 113 in reverse ordinal cipher. Now, what do we know about 113? Well, it's our number of deception. You know, like word bullcrap, which is now getting to be in like almost every one of our decodes. Oh, I put crap. I said crap, but this is the real word. I don't use that language, sorry. So 113, say, the whole thing is bullcrap, you know? It's not true. It's dream world. You know, 113. You get the idea, right? It's just all baloney. So should it surprise you that this whole thing is fake? It might. This is all new to you. Now, the story here says he's going to take the lump sum of the 477 million all in one lump sum. Well, that number 47 right here, this part of it, is really interesting. In fact, the person that I learned gematria from, if you're new, is Zachary Hubbard, when I came across his videos just last November. Okay, and he has a campaign that he calls What is 47? So if you click on this right here, Zazzle.com, which I did here, you can see that he has merchandise about what is 47. Okay, and here you're seeing it live in a decode, 47, 47, 47. He's taken the $477 million. Well, what's the secret about 47? Well, I mean, sure, it's the government number, and this is a government-ran system, okay? And that's usually what we tie it into. Government, you know, Republican, Democrat, White House, all those words are 47, but so is contrived. So would you say these numbers are contrived? I would say they most certainly are. Well, now back to the article. It was sold in New Berlin, which I want to show you in the septenary cipher. This is the Bible cipher, by the way. This is a very important cipher. You should always open up septenary cipher, in my opinion, because so often these rituals are coded with this. Mass shootings and stuff like that are especially important. Ritual murders, for that sort of thing. So septenary cipher is used a lot. We see it in movies being used, like the Scorpion King and so forth, where they actually just show you the septenary cipher. I made a video on it back just not too long ago, a few days back, if you want to go back and look. Well, New Berlin, 30 in the septenary cipher at a speedway. Also 30 in the septenary cipher. And what did he win? He won the lottery. It's also 30 in the septenary cipher. The story reports that the artificial intelligence assigned reporter Frank Miles wrote this story, which of course we know he didn't, because who sits there and is able to gematria all these terms so well? They're not writing this. Okay, they're getting help, of course. But you want to notice Frank Miles is a whole lot like the winner. Manuel Franco, FM. You see? Is that probably a clue? I think it might be. Okay, because I'll show you here. FM. Okay, F is the 6th letter of the alphabet. M is the 13th letter of the alphabet. It's shown down here when you run your cursor on it. See, it lights it up. So 6 plus 13 is 19, and well, this is the year 2019, of course. Now, it's kind of weird that the names are that similar. You know, is that really a coincidence? I don't think so. I have caps lock. Manuel Franco equals 201 in the reverse ordinal cipher, just like the town of New Berlin. Is also 102, the reverse. It's interesting that it's the reverse because if you add 201 plus 102, it equals 303. Well, zeros really don't mean anything in gematria and numerology so much, so they can be omitted, and you just simply have the 33 degrees of masonry. Now, if you just think, oh no, you're just fishing for that. Well, am I? I mean, Manuel is 33. Franco is 33. You see? So that's all intentional. Now, Manuel Franco also is 51 in full reduction, like New Berlin. You see? 51. Now we're going to go back to that septenary cipher a little bit. Now, Manuel is 16 in the septenary cipher, and Franco is 18 in the septenary cipher. 16 multiplied by 18 is 288. What's interesting about that is that's one of your points on your pentagram. See that? Not a coincidence, because that's very important. They use these symbols and these numbers very, very, very much. That's how you know this stuff is not random. Furthermore, Manuel, I want to show you here, this is opening up the septenary cipher because it's on here last. This is the number, M codes to 1, A, and this is the cipher right here that they're using. So if you wonder where this is coming from, you know, all you got to do is look at this, okay? M is 1, A is 1, N is 1, U is 6, E is 5, L is 2, okay? Well, multiply that, 6 times 5 times 2. The ones don't mean anything, okay? Because 6 times 1 is still 6, right? So 6 times 5 is 30. 30 times 2 is 60. Do that again with Franco. Just remember 60. Remember the number 60. And do that again with Franco. 6 times 5 is 30. Ignore the ones. 30 times 3 is 90. Times 2 is 180. So Manuel is 60 and Franco is 180. If you add 180 plus 60, you end up with 240. And remember, we said that he's 24 years old. You just dropped a 0. Like we said, zeros are not that important in numerology. And in gematria, they add nothing to the value. Well, also 180 and 60 are points on the hexagram. See that? Whole line of the hexagram. Not a coincidence. Now, if you take the 180 from Franco and the 60 from Manuel, and instead of adding them, you decide to multiply them together, they sum to 10,800. Remember, drop the zeros, you just add up with the 108. 108 is an incredibly important number. Go back and watch any of my videos. We go through this list like all the freaking time. 108 is the sacred number of the heavens, like he was chosen by the heavens, if you will. Okay? Because there's 108 moon widths from the earth to the moon, 108 sun widths from the earth to the sun. The radius of the moon is 1,080 miles. The diameter of the earth and the moon together is 10,080 miles. You know, all that 108. And it's very important with, like I said, with ritual sacrifices. This is why they use this septenary cipher when it starts showing 1080s. That's a big clue. We have a local murder of someone named Jalea Davis, whose name multiplied out in the septenary cipher is 1,080. Which is the same thing as the Parkland shooting, the Al-Hadef Elisa, who was the first person killed in the Parkland shooting, whose name also, when multiplied out in the septenary cipher, is 1,008. Same numbers, slightly different order. Just like the Tree of Life shooting ended at 1:08 p.m. and the Las Vegas shooting, the police were called at 10:08. You see the point here? See how this is happening? You know? Like the Cole bombing was 11:18. You just omit the 8s and just use 1s and 8. You know? Or the Masjid Al-Noor Mosque that was shot up in New Zealand had a zip code of 8011. Not a coincidence. Like how on August 19 in 1965, the Gemini 5 rocket was halted at 1:08 p.m. when someone stepped out into the launch pad area. You see, they've been using these numbers for so long. Now, why? Because if you take the numbers for Lord Jesus Christ in the Greek language and use the Greek cipher and divide it by 1,008, it equals pi. Like the word geometry equals 108. Very sacred number. Okay? Having to do with circles in the heavens. The 8s are circles, and that's why if you turn an 8 sideways in mathematics, it means infinity. You ever seen the infinity symbol? And the heavens are eternal or infinite. So this is the number of the heavens. So to think for 1 second that he was chosen, that he just guessed the right numbers, I'm not going to say that he's not a real person. I'm not going to say that he didn't win. As far as I know, he's a real person that really did win. Okay? But it wasn't because he chose the numbers. Okay, it's because these numbers that we just went over were his numbers already, and somebody chose him. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.